everybody. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're well, Andrea. Congratulations on winning the monthly lottery. And let's see what the cards would like to tell you today. So I'm just gonna do a little shuffling, and then we're gonna jump right into it. This is gonna be a freestyle reading, just cooperating with the cards and whatever they would like to reveal to you today. So and I kind of feel like just doing a disorganized layout here. Because I haven't done that in a while. Just trying something different. Okay. So, first and foremost, I would like to see what the topic of our dialogue with the tarot should be today. So I'm going to take the magic brush and see what it is that we need to talk about today. Here we go. And the topic of our conversation is going to be the Page of Pentacles. It's a beautiful card, a very grounding and practical energy. It's about learning a new skill, learning how to produce a certain kind of effect in your life, having, physical control over your body, your health, your diet, your career, your work, your everyday, pragmatic, practical existence. And since this is a page, which is the student of the court cards, this represents the beginning stages, the rookie stage of this process. So we are going to have a look at how you can improve your life in pragmatic ways. What are some of the things that you can implement in your life? Some ways of doing things differently. How you can create more order in your life, more structure. How you can stabilize yourself. And how you can create more opportunities in your finances and your career. So this is what today's reading is going to be about. And just going to put our card over here. And I would like to pick one card to see where the chaos is in your life. Because I'm not sure why I felt guided to create a messy arrangement here. I, for some reason, felt like I should create a disorganized layout here. And the Page of Pentacles, in many ways, is about learning to navigate the natural disorder and disorganization, the chaos that rules our everyday existence. If you look at her, you'll notice that she has a shield with the yin-yang symbol on it. So the Page of Pentacles is interested in creating a sort of balance between a hectic and chaotic existence and a well-structured, regulated, stable sort of living. So in many ways, it's an attempt to preserve the spontaneity that arises from the disorder, but also creating some boundaries and some sort of a framework for this creativity to be expressed. So it's a fine line between, being crazy or being a genius. That's what people say anyways. And I think what you're trying to attempt to do here is to preserve some of your craziness and transform it into a practically valuable asset, something that you can rely on, something that you can capitalize on almost. So the first thing that we are going to try to detect is where you have disorder in your life that you should try to regulate, that you should try to take control of. Because too much chaos can be very destructive. And we don't want that. Okay. All right, interesting. So we have the Knight of Wands here. And the Knight of Wands is an interesting character because he's full of life and enthusiasm and willingness to create and to jump into new situations. He's extremely open and just hungry for new experiences, the novelty of a creative expression of the universe that he hasn't seen before. And so he's always ready to engage with that sort of energy. He's not really threatened by the unknown or the unfamiliar. You have a lot of this energy in yourself. There's no real stagnation because of it, because this energy exists within you. But the downside to this energy is a restlessness, a constant need for stimulation, for attention, for distraction, a mind that is not able to relax, and a body that is overly active and busy and always in this electrified state of wanting to create and wanting to be part of whatever is going on. In many ways, it's the fear of missing out, I think, that is presented by the Knight of Wands here. So this is an area of your life that has too much chaos in it. You're letting it go too much. You're indulging in this desire to be stimulated and entertained and surprised and shocked all the time. And you're encouraging yourself because maybe because you're deadly afraid of stagnation and boredom. You're encouraging and amplifying these tendencies within yourself. And you're giving yourself permission to indulge in these kinds of activities. So instead of focusing on building your career, for example, or your studies or your finances or whatever serious thing that I can come up with off the top of my head, you seem to be drawn to the ephemeral, the elusive, the momentary relief from the monotone. And I'm also seeing this as a sign that you are a little bit intimidated by the silence that arises when you're on your own. You're not comfortable with the solitude of your own mind, and therefore you feel this push, this internal urge to keep participating, to keep exploring, to keep experiencing new things, which, if it's done moderately, if it's done in a controlled way, it can bring some very positive results. But I think in your case, you're allowing yourself to be completely distracted by this, and it's like you're avoiding creating stability for yourself because you want to be in this dynamic flow of hedonistic sensory overload all the time, or often, nowadays anyways. So don't take this as a judgment of your character in general or your tendencies in general. This is more of a snapshot of what's going on with you. So right now it seems like you're really wrapped up in this Knight of Wands energy, and the chaos within your life that might be too overwhelming or too distracting to the point where it's interfering with your productivity and your success. This is where it's arising from. So now I'm going to try and look for some ways in which you can gain back control. So in order to do that, I am going to collect the cards and shuffle them again, and then lay them out in a neat little semicircle like I always do. And while I do this, I would like you to think of some areas in your life that you think you might be having too much order, maybe too much rigidity, too much control, where you should maybe let loose and have more fun. Because we are going to ask the cards about that as well. Should I just put them here? Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, we are going to look at what you need to do in order to gain back some control over your consciousness and your willpower. And another card to give us some information on the question that I asked you, which is, which part of your life needs to be loosened up a little bit? So what's the part of your life where you need a little more chaos, perhaps? Okay. Here we go. All right. So this is how you can control the chaos. 8 of Wands. Interesting. And where do you need to introduce a little more chaos? The Queen of Cups. Interesting. Okay. So I have the feeling that this is primarily a reading about productivity and about becoming more focused. The 8 of Wands is telling me that there's no need for you to force yourself to stop. So that's not the answer to the chaos that ensues with the Knight of Wands being present. The 8 of Wands, called swiftness, I think. The 8 of Wands is still a fire element card, just like the Knight of Wands. And it's about the flow of action that you take. So the answer is not withdrawing from society and living as a monk or as a nun. The answer is not stopping all activity and leading a contemplative lifestyle. The 8 of Wands is still on the go. The difference is that the 8 of Wands has a better aim. So there's a different quality of action here that you can implement. So if you would like to take control of the aforementioned chaos that the Knight of Wands represents, it's okay to stay busy. It's okay to stay engaged within the world. But examine very carefully the kinds of activities, the kinds of processes that you participate in. And be a lot more selective. There's still a lot of things for you to do. So it's not like if you say no to a certain event, there's not going to be 100 other options for you to give way to this fiery spirit, this fiery desire to act and to create. Your creative expression is unstoppable, but it can be streamlined better. So as soon as you make a conscious effort to prioritize between the different actions that you want to take within a day, you'll be able to reach better results. So it might sound counterintuitive, but this is what I'm getting from the cards, is in order to take control of this Knight of Wands energy, you need to plan even more things for yourself, perhaps, but things that take you closer to a very well-defined pragmatic goal that you make for yourself. And also, I'm getting the sense that deadlines, working with deadlines and pushing yourself to do things on time instead of waste time spreading yourself thin, is gonna make the situation a lot better. So there's no need to feel bad about your restlessness. All you need to do is introduce even more activities. So if you think you can do 100 things in a day successfully, then plan 200 and make it a point to make all of them a reality. So you have a lot of energy, you have a lot of creativity within you right now, and it would be a waste to sit down and let all of those energies go, because they are within you. They want to manifest, they want to come out, but there are better ways to implement these energies. So don't be afraid of this urge to create, this urge to be involved with the world in a very active and dynamic way. You can do it, and you can do it really well if you think it through. Now, the Queen of Cups, which is the area of your life where you should introduce a little more chaos. I think because cups represent emotions, and the Queen of Cups is the card of being giving and being emotionally available and empathetic. I'm sensing a sense of being apprehensive and closed off when it comes to trusting people and being involved emotionally. And the Queen of Cups is extremely sensitive. So there's a little more of a fortress being built here than what you need. You're building a fortress around your heart, and you're trying to protect yourself from being hurt emotionally. And your emotional life seems to be very well regulated, to the point where you're not even giving the universe or the world a chance to cut through, to show you something new. It's like you're not allowing yourself to be surprised or inspired in that direction. And so this card is asking you to open yourself up a little more, even if that means unpredictability, even if that means that there's a chance that you will get hurt. Taking a risk in this area is absolutely necessary in order to build more of a balance in your life, I think. And how you can do it. One more card is going to show us. Oh, okay. We have Judgment. Okay, that's a major arcana card, and that's a complete renewal of your emotional life. It's a complete reset of your perspective on that. And it's a process, since it's a major arcana card, it's a process that is happening almost in and of itself. And there's not even really a lot that you can control about this. The only thing that you can do, I guess, is resist it. But it's not recommended. So people might surprise you if you allow them, if you give them a chance to show you something new on an emotional level, because it feels like your heart is on lockdown right now, and people are not really given a chance to show themselves to you. But this is a process that you're going through, and it might be the initial stages, but it's going to completely be renewed and reformed, this sort of attitude that you have. But to speed it up, you can make a conscious effort to give people a chance to charm you and to show you a different way. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I wish you good luck with all of this, and I thank you for all of your support, and I thank you everyone for watching this video.